Hello students. In our previous lecture, we talk about the marketing terminology. We were discuss about the marketing terminology start with alphabet A, B and C. I hope you are aware we decide that we would like to discuss your CA Foundation BCK paper, chapter number 6, marketing terminology. We would like to discuss in detail, and as a part of that we discussed about the terminology related to marketing start with A, B and C. Now today we will talk about the marketing terminology start with D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M till alphabet M. So I hope you will enjoy this and can able to understand and face the MCQs based on marketing related terminologies easily. So let's start. Okay, the first terminology today is differentiation. Okay, we would like to read first. Differentiation is marketing strategy. So a differentiation means a marketing strategy aimed at ensuring product and service they have unique elements which stand out from the rest. That means what? See, we would like to discuss that how, suppose you are a business entity, you're holding business entity, then how your products different than others. Okay, here others means competitors. Okay, so differentiation means what? It is a strategy. What is the aim of this strategy? This strategy is ensure that a product or service is completely different or something unique, either completely different or something very unique, or it has some unique element, okay, which can stand the product different compared to their competitors' product. For example, we talk about Colgate toothpaste. आपके toothpaste में नमक है, okay. Now that availability of salt element create Colgate toothpaste unique compared to other toothpaste. Here आपके टूथपेस्ट में लौंग है, आपके टूथपेस्ट में ये है, वो है, नीम है, पनीर टिक्का मसाला है, that will be also coming in future. So these are the how you create your product unique, or what you add unique element in your product so that your product identify or stand out uniquely compared to the rest available product. Okay, so it is one kind of strategy. The next we have to talk about, that is direct marketing. Now, direct marketing we will read first, then we discuss in detail. When a business and non-profit organization make their products, service, causes directly to consumer based on consumer interest. This is very important to observe. Based on consumers' interest. So whenever your marketing is based on consumer interest, then it is become direct marketing. Example including catalogs and other personal mailings, telemarketing, text messages, emails, ads on a mobile device, and internet advertising. These all are example of direct marketing. We will discuss in detail. See, now here the purpose is what? The marketing must be done based on your interest. It mentioned about postal mailing and telemarketing. You get a text message based on the product which you purchase, based on your interest. Like for example, on Amazon, I am searching daily about a novel or story books. Then after 5 days, Amazon starts sending me the text message about the new arrival of story books and novels. That is called direct marketing. Means they will not send this SMS of novel or stories to everybody, but they send to me because I am interested. So it is based on my interest. For example, when you log in on Facebook, look at the work, writing work, observe. Suppose if I log in on Facebook. Okay. Now when I log in on Facebook, Facebook asks about my age, education, region. Okay. And then based on this, Facebook will send personal classified sponsored ads. Clear? Okay. Like if I enter my age is say 20 years, education I put commerce. Okay. Region I say Gujarat. Alright. So in that context, what happened? I will get the ad of CA classes because education I mentioned what commerce. Okay. So this is direct marketing. I get the message, postal mailing, email ads of CA classes. The reason is what I mentioned, education. That is, I am from commerce stream. If I put science, then automatically the ad change. Now, if my father used Facebook and he write age, education and region, he may possibly get a different ad compared to what I receive. So, whenever I log into Facebook, I will get CA class advertisement. But if my father log in, then he may not get advertisement of CA classes. So, this is what direct marketing. Okay, fine. Now, the next word is distribution channel. Now, distribution channel is very easy to understand. We already discussed, but still I will again explain. For example, when you go for production, when you manufacturer, compared to customer, there is a channel available, and that channel is known as distribution channel. The network of organization necessary to distribute. Okay, so we talk about what? First of all, network of organization. They are necessary for distribute goods or service from manufacturer to the consumer. All these organizations are considered as distribution channel. So when you talk about network or organization, means what? Organizations are connected. Okay, and they are necessary. It is necessary for them to connect to distribute the goods, starting from manufacturer up to customer. All the organization compulsory associate. Okay, and the distribution channel therefore potentially consists of, now who comes in distribution channel? One is manufacturer, it starts with that, then distributor, then wholesaler, then retailer, and then retailer along with e-tailers. Okay, I'll explain. E-tailer means what? Manufacturer means who prepare the product, who manufacture the product, then give to distributor, state by distributor or district by distributors are there. They give to wholesaler, wholesaler give to retailers. Now wholesaler may give to e-tailers also. Like for example, if I manufacture say a very unique television. Observe, I prepare unique television. Now I can sell this by two ways, either by traditional mode of commerce or I can sell by the help of internet. Okay, internet means with the help of either website or by the help of app. Okay, so whose website or whose app? For example, Amazon. So I will go for a contract. I am manufacturing television, so I will go for a contract with Amazon. Okay, clear that Amazon, you do one thing. Okay, you sell my television. They are very unique product, and surely you also get benefit, and I also get the benefit. So Amazon agree with that. So Amazon become e-tailers. Okay, Amazon, for me, Amazon become e-tailers. E means electronic. Okay, fine. Any confusion so far? Then please ask me in comments if you have any confusion. I will repeatedly tell this, that if you have a confusion, then ask me in comments, because I want to know where you find out difficulties. Okay, so for that purpose, and I can solve also. Fine. Now, next we have to go for, the next term we'll go for is diversify. Now, diversify means what? A company increase the range of goods or service it produce or sells. I will increase. I go for different range of products. I will increase the production of different range, or I will increase the sales of different product. For example, I have an electronic showroom. Okay. Electronic items. Okay. Now in my electronic item showroom, previously I was selling only mobile phone. Okay, so I was selling mobiles. But then I decide that let's go for diversify the showroom. Means what? Let's go for sale TV. Okay, then go for radio. Then go for washing machine. Okay, here then go for speakers, then go for Wi-Fi. So what I'm doing is, in my showroom I go for diversify. I provide more range of goods and service, which either I manufacture or I sell. So this activity to provide more products, to be available in my showroom is called diversify. Okay, it is known as diversify. Fine. Next we go for, that is e-commerce. Now the term e-commerce is related with the word internet. Okay. Before we go for understand the word e-commerce, we have to understand several words. One is manufacturing. Now manufacturing means what? Manufacturing means we go for, production. We'll create the product, manufacturing. Then trade means what? Trade means we will sell the products. And then comes commerce. Commerce means we say intermediaries. Means we will sell your products. We are the intermediaries. We will sell your products. That is called commerce. This is a fundamental way of understanding several terms. Okay, meaning will be different from person to person. Commerce is a very flexible thing. Manufacturing is also flexible. So I'm explaining you from my perspective and some of my friends' perspective. So when we say about manufacturing, trade, and commerce, okay, manufacturing means you go for production. Trade means your focus is to sell the products. Commerce means the intermediaries who will sell your products. Clear? Now e-commerce means what? E-commerce means the websites or app who will sell your products, or from where somebody can purchase the product. So they are intermediaries. Example, Amazon. Amazon is e-commerce. Amazon is the intermediary who will sell the products. Samsung is manufacturer of the phone. Now Samsung want good trade, good selling. So Samsung take the help of intermediaries. Wholesaler, distributor, they are in traditional commerce. E-commerce means what? Website, Amazon. Now Amazon will help in growing the trade. Means what? Amazon try it level best that the selling of the products required to be increased. So it become intermediaries, Amazon. Now we understand the definition. The use of technologies, internet, okay, such as internet, electronic data exchange. Okay, you exchange the data electrically from your mobile phone or from your computer. And industry extranets to streamline the business transaction. Streamline means easy going the business transaction. You use technology, internet, and you use electronic data exchange, okay, through either web or app, website or app. The purpose is to streamline, to easy going business transaction. Again, business transaction means what? Business transaction means selling. Okay, then in that context it become e-commerce. Here one word available. The word is industry extranets. Now what is industry extranet? See, industry extranet means what? To get the product or service differently compared to normal, you require what? Membership first. Then only you get the product or specific service. You have to get membership first. It's called industry extranets. The word extranet has two meaning. One is commercial meaning, second is technical meaning. Technical meaning you will learn in intermediate. Okay, EIS subject. You have to learn extranet in a technical terms. Here we are talking about commercial perspective. Okay, so you have to get the membership to get the specific product in specific condition and specific service compared to normal. For example, Amazon Prime. Now those who get Amazon Prime membership, well, they get something extra, benefits and all. So that also one way of increase. Again, Amazon Prime is what? One way of increase the sale. Clear? That is called e-commerce. Right? Fine. Next. After that we are talking about economy of sale. The word economy of sale. Now, before we go for economy of sale, we would like to revise one very small concept of your economics. Okay, I will write and explain first, and then I will go for reading part. Economy of sale is nothing but we can say that related to cost. Okay, the concept nothing but related to cost. For example, we learn somewhere in economics that total cost is equal to fixed cost plus variable cost. We learned this already. Okay, when you talk about total cost, means you are talking about fixed cost plus variable cost. Okay, now what to do? Now our concept economy of scale is related with this particular word, fixed cost. Okay, so now keep your focus on the word fixed cost and then understand the perspective. So let's go for reading first. A reduction in cost. Reduction in cost means what? You want to reduce the cost. Okay, reduction in cost through the larger operating units, spreading the fixed cost over the large number of items or units. Your purpose is what? Your purpose is to reduce the cost, and to reduce the cost, what you are doing? To reduce the cost, you are going for large number of items or units. So with that, what happened? The cost is reduced. For example, I want to manufacture product. Okay, clear? The product name is say pen. Okay, I want to manufacture a pen. All right. Now my fixed cost is, say, 1 lakh rupees. Okay. Yeah. Now situation number A, I go for manufacture, say for example 10,000 quantity. I want to manufacture, I want to go for production of 10,000 units. Okay. So what happened to per unit cost? Say per unit cost is equal to fixed cost, that is 1 lakh, upon manufacturing units, that is quantity, that is 10,000. Now if you calculate per unit cost here, it will come what? It will come, per unit cost become rupees 10. Agree? Now in situation B, for example, in situation B, what happened? Fixed cost remains same, but I want to go for production of, say, 50,000 quantity. Then what happened? Same equation, per unit cost is equal to again 1 lakh upon, now my production in terms of quantity is what? 50,000. Now if you calculate per unit cost, then it become rupees. If you calculate, it become rupees 2. It become rupees 2 only. So if you compare here, what happened? Per unit cost, previously it was rupees 10, but because I increased the quantity, so per unit cost reduce and reach to rupees 2. This particular situation or this particular activity is known as economy of scale. A reduction in cost, you want to reduce the cost, fine. Through the larger operating units, you go for more operating units, means you want to go for more production of units. You increase your quantity of production and you want to spread the fixed cost among the units so that the cost is reduced, cost will in control. That is known as economy of scale. Okay, fine. Still you can ask me if you have a doubt in the comment section. Next we'll go for, after that, the next term which we have to understand is external environment. The word we have to go for, that is external environment. Okay. Now what is external environment? We have to understand the conditions and forces. Okay. I just put underline so that we can able to better discuss. Yes, the condition and the forces that defines a firm's competitive position and influences its strategic option is called external environment. Means those conditions or some forces that defines firm's position, where firm's position may change. Firm's position can be disturbed in a competitive manner. It can affect firm's position. That is known as external environment. And its strategical option, means it forced to change the strategy also. Which are these forces? It mentioned the condition and forces. Which are these forces comes to external environment? First, for example, we'll go for the first one is, say, customer. Second is supplier. Third is government. Fourth is competitors. All these are external environment. All this, if any of these change, then it change the position of the firm. It influence the firm and it force firm to change the strategy. For example, competitor decide that competitor will sell the product 70% less compared to our price. Automatically your position will change. Automatically you have to design new strategy. Automatically it influence customer to purchase competitors products compared to your products. Well, this is the external environment. Internal environment means your employee. External means which is not in your control. You can't control all this. You can't control customer, sorry. You can't force customer also. So those element which is not in your control as a business house, then that is called external environment. And that affect, see, it's force you to change your strategy. It force you, okay, that if you not think, then your position and your influence in the market will reduce or change. Government go for policy. Like for example, right now in Bombay, selling of wine is legal. But if government come with a policy that tomorrow morning onwards, it's banned on alcohol in Bombay, Maharashtra, then your position, your wine shop, your position will change. Government policy effect. मित्रों, आज रात 12 बजे से 2000 रुपए के नोट. I hope you understand. 1000 रुपए के नोट. I hope you understand. They are called what? External environment. Here. Announcement of lockdown. All of you are aware about this. Suppliers aptitude. They don't want to give you raw material. What you will do? Okay. So these are called external environment. I hope you understand. The next part we have to understand is fast moving consumer goods. Okay. Now fast moving consumer goods, I would like to explain you. Then I read. Those products which are fast moving means what? People want to purchase it again and again fast. Whose life is fast. Okay. The life of the product. For example, soap. Now 1st January I purchased the soap and I am using soap daily. Then what happened? Maximum in 1 month it will be over. Again I have to purchase. Fast moving. Fast purchase. Okay. Eatable item. Okay. Coca-Cola, Pepsi drink. Fast moving. You open the bottle, then you can't keep in a fridge. It becomes sarbat otherwise. Okay. So you have to consume it. So again you purchase. So the buying it again and again is called fast moving. Buying of the product again and again is called fast moving. It's shortly called FMCG. Full form can be asked in exam. Please underline the full form. Okay. Fast moving consumer goods, FMCG. Now we will read this. Fast moving consumer goods are those that sell in high volumes with low unit value. They sell in high volume. Okay. Means what? The quantity is very large available. Okay. Balaji masala wafer. Okay. I shortly call BMW. BMW not car. Balaji masala wafer, for example. If you go to the shop, they are hanging Balaji masala wafers. So they are in what? They are in large volume, high volume. But low unit value. Per unit price is very low. 10 rupees, for example. 5 rupees, for example. So low unit value. And have fast consumer repurchase. Purchase again, that is fast. Now what are these products? Where the repurchase is fast, high volume of quantity available in shop, low unit value, per unit value is very low. They are soap, toothpaste, hair oil, jam, ketchup, packed juice, ready meals, Domino's pizza, for example. Okay. Baked beans, burger and all those. Okay. Clear? Baked beans, eatable items, I hope you understand. Okay. So they all are considered as fast moving consumer goods. The characteristics: in shop they are available at high volume, per unit price is very low, customers repurchase ratio is very fast, Okay, so these are called what? FMCG, fast moving consumer goods. Next is forecasting. Okay, so we would like to understand the word forecasting by the help of one sentence. Forecasting means prediction of consumer demand in future. Okay, prediction of consumer demand in future is called what? Forecasting. Okay, now here how we have to differentiate the word prediction with forecasting, how they are different, how the word prediction, okay, different, how the word prediction differentiate with the word forecasting, that we have to understand. So let's read first. The process of estimating future. You are estimating, you are calculating future demands by anticipating with what buyers likely to do. What is the behavior of the buyers under given a set of marketing condition. Okay, that is called forecasting. The important word is what? You are estimating the future demand. That is same over here. Okay, you are estimating future demand. Okay, but you are also analyzing that what buyers will do, under given market condition. For example, after lockdown, we go for what? Unlock. Now we unlock situation. What happened to buyers? What will be the behavior of buyers? That is called forecasting. Because you want to know what buyers will do. You want to know what buyers will do. You have a given market condition also. After lockdown, market condition is different. So you want to know what will be future demand, what buyers will do after unlock 1, 2, 3, 4. Then that is called forecasting. Where you talk about economic confidence, means buyer get equal chance to buy, then that is called economic confidence. Or buyer has regular income then, or buyer has irregular income then, that is called economic confidence. Disposal income means what? The income after deducting tax is called disposal income. Now for example, if government increase the tax, okay, my income is, say for example 100 rupees. Now government decide that any income 50% tax you have to pay. So my 50% tax I have to pay. So my disposable income or disposal income is what? It become rupees 50 only. Now this rupees 50 will change my behavior. Okay, I'm a buyer. I will act differently, because indirectly my income decrease. Now if my income decrease, then my demand also decrease. Income decrease, then demand also decrease. So it affects to market condition. So company will forecast that government policy 50% tax you have to pay. Okay, that can be adversely affect to demand. That is forecasting. So accordingly, company decide to go for production. That is called forecasting. Then pricing level also, price increase, decrease is also matters. Okay, so this is called forecasting. Next, after that, we go for the term that is innovators. Okay, we go with the word innovators. Now innovator means what? Innovator means something new, innovation, something new. So we will understand. I will read first. Innovators are those who adapt new product first. Now Who are the innovators? They are usually relatively young, lively, intelligent, socially, geographically mobile, move. Okay, and they are high socio-economic group. Okay, now I will explain you what this. See, innovators are those companies who add up new product first. Like for example, solar bike. If I decide to manufacture solar bike, then so far in market, these kind of products is not available. So it is called what? Innovators. I am innovators because I add up new product and my product will be the first product in the market. So I become innovators. Now who will purchase my product? See, those who are aged people. Okay, those who are aged people, they are not ready to buy the product first. They believe in safe game. Safe game means what? They believe that let other purchase first. Product is okay, let take that review and then purchase. So aged people will not go for purchase innovative products. But young people, those who want to live, lively people, live people who want something new. आज कुछ तूफानी करते हैं. Young people, lively people, intelligent people, socially and geographically, those who want to move from one place to other place, they will prefer innovation. They will add up innovative product. They are ready to take the risk. Young people always take more risk. It's different that calculated or non-calculated risk, but they will ready to take the risk. So that's why they adapt innovative products. Intelligent people, those who want to learn how to use new products. Okay, those who are not permanently available at one location, they want to move to a different location. For them, innovative products is always valuable. But these innovative products are often high socioeconomic group. Those who are living in specific socioeconomic situation. Okay, living in posh area. Okay, participate in many parties frequently. These kind of a high income group. Okay, they prefer innovative products more compared to normal middle class family. Okay, fine. Next, after that we will go for internal marketing. Okay, where the marketing done internally. Internally means what? Between see the word. You want to go for marketing with employees inside. You want to sell the products for employees first. That is internal marketing. If your employee understand, then they can explain to somebody else. If your employees are using the products manufactured by you, automatically others will observe and can purchase. So that is called internal marketing. Let's read first. Marketing among employees, that is the short definition of internal marketing. The process of eliciting support for a company and its activities among its own employees. You want support among your employees and you are ready to sell the products to your employees. Very possible with very nominal rate or less price. In order to encourage the employee. What is the purpose of encourage? To promote its goal. Whatever the goal of the firm, that can be promoted by employees. Apple company give the mobile phone to their employee at 10% price. I not speak 10% discount. I speak 10% price. Then all Apple employees will purchase the mobile phone. Now wherever the Apple employees go with mobile phone, people believe that Apple products are best because their own employees are using this. So trust established. It go for promotion of the product. Goal can be achieved fast. This process can happen at number of levels. From increasing awareness, you can aware your employees that company will launch new Apple phone. You tell your employee first. Okay, so you can aware your employees, increase awareness. Individual product, about individual product, or marketing campaign. You can tell your employees that tomorrow we will go for Delhi for a marketing campaign. Who want to come in campaign? You have to wear the cap and t-shirt of company and promote and go for marketize the product. Explaining overall business strategy to explain the overall business process and strategy to other people. You explain to your employee first, employee will explain to other people. That strategy is associated over here. So this is called what? This is called internal marketing. Okay. Fine. The next word we have to go is joint venture. Okay. The word is joint venture. Now, joint venture means what? Two companies. Okay. Two companies permanently associate. Okay. Or two company can temporarily associate. Okay. Two companies can temporarily associate or two companies can permanently associate. These two are the situation. Now, why I use the word temporary and permanent? Because on the basis of that, MCQ is possible. If they join temporary, then it is called joint venture. And if they join permanently, it's called merger. Merger we will discuss in upcoming topics only, it will come. Here it is temporary. Means what? See, a third party commercial operation established by two or more firms to pursue a particular market, resource supply, other business opportunity. We talked about in a previous lecture that there is a third party called C want to sell the ship. Then single company cannot purchase, so they go for joint venture. A and B combinedly will purchase the ship. It is called joint venture. Okay, and both of them will resource supply. Means what? Both of them will invest their capital, and both of them combinedly purchase the ship. Why? Because individually they cannot. So they decide combinedly go for purchase the ship, and it create and operated the benefit for co-owners. Co-owners, both are co-owners. It beneficial for both because individually they can't purchase. It is true that the cost of the ship is 50 crore rupees. It is also true that if you sell the parts of ship, if you break the ship and sell the parts of the ship, you will get 100 crore. That is sure. But A can maximum spend money, that is 25 crore. B can also spend 25 crore. So individually they cannot. But if combinedly they go for, then they get very huge profit. So operated for a benefit of co-owners. Both of them will get the benefit. That is called joint venture. But temporary. Permanently A and B, they are not associate whole life. They not be together whole life. No. After ship's part sale, venture over. Okay. Joint venture over. Next. After joint venture, the next is long-term objectives. Those objectives which require to be achieved, but in that achievement, the time period required is more. You have so many objectives, but some objective require more time. That is called long-term objective. Here MCQ is possible among the following, which is long-term objectives. All objectives are given and D all is given. So accordingly you have to see and go for the answer. So one MCQ is possible over here. Okay. Now see, long-term objective means a firm's intend performance. Firm's intended performance over a multi-year period of time, means so many years, multiple period of times. The objectives which a firm want to achieve, okay, but it required huge number of years, multi-year period time. Usually include measures such as competitive position, profitability. Okay, you want to achieve competitive position. You want to achieve such position where your profitability either remains stable or constantly increase. You want to get return on your investment. It is long-term objective. Technology leadership. You want to become technology leader. Means the technology which is used by you is considered as leadership compared to your competitors and the same business holders. Productivity is a long term. You improve productivity, but take some time. Within 1 second, 2 seconds, within 1 day or 2 days, you can't increase productivity. It requires time because you have to analyze multiple things. Employee relation is long term. Employee relation and develop the relation is also long term objective. Public responsibility is also long term objective. These are the correction of long term objective. Why long term? Because it required some number of years to achieve these objectives. So it is called long term objectives. The next word is market development. Okay. Now see, the process of growing sale means what? You want to grow your sale, you want to increase your sale by offering existing product or new version of them to new customer group. You want to grow in the sale. Okay, fine. Then you need to find out, if you want to grow the sales, then you need to find out the buyers. Remember, to grow your sale, you need to find out the buyers. Okay. Now, in that case, in that situation, to find out the buyers, you have to go for what? You have to go for advertisement. You will go for brand ambassador. Clear? So, purpose is what? You want to find out the buyers. And the purpose of find out the buyer is what? To grow your sales. Now for that we have a two track, either new product or existing product. Suppose if you launch new product, naturally you have to find out new buyers, you have to go for advertisement, you want brand ambassador, you have to go for advertisement campaign. Okay, that is new product. Okay, or suppose you have an existing product, then in that case your market development strategy will be different. If you remember, Gopal is a local brand. Okay, Gopal Namkeens, they are local brand. For example, they are available in Gujarat. Now they want to go forward, they will go for Goa. Why? Because in Goa they find out the new buyers. Gujarat they get nice sale, but now if they go for Goa, then they get new buyers. So existing product. Okay, now new version of them. Okay, for example, iPhone 10. Now when 11 launched, at that time what happened? Automatically you will get new customer group. There are so many who want to shift to new version, so automatically customer group increase. So automatically you find out the buyers. So when new version of existing product comes in the market, automatically it find out the new buyers. So this is called what? Market development. Either you launch new version of product, or you try to change the region to sell your existing product. But the purpose is what? You have to find out the new buyers or buyers. Okay, fine. Next, market entry. We try to understand the term market entry. Okay. Now, market entry means the launch of new products into new or existing market. Okay, and for that you require different strategy. Whether the product is early or late entrance to the market. Now we understand this. For example, we have a new product. Means what? That product is innovation, not available. We already discussed that. Solar bike. Okay. Now this solar bike is totally new product. So solar bike will automatically get what? Automatically get new market. Or solar bike can be available in existing market. Bike market is there. So either solar bike will get new market or solar bike can get existing market. Okay. So the launch of new product into new market or existing market, that is called market entry. Sometimes what happens, product is, like for example, mobile phone. Now mobile market is what? Mobile market is existing market. Now Oppo company wants to come to sell the phone. Then for Oppo company, the market of mobile is existing. Okay. So they say about the launch of new product like Oppo phone, either in new market or in existing market. Now whether new or existing depend on product. If innovation, then totally new product, new market. If not innovation but a similar kind of product, then it is called existing market. For that we require different strategy. Depend, the product come early or late. After every company launch the mobile phone, then Oppo comes, then it is different. If nobody launched their mobile yet, but Oppo is the first one, then it is different. The first entrance, if you are first launch the mobile, the first entrance usually has a automatic advantage. Like nobody, concentrate over here, new solar bike. Nobody launch solar bike yet. And if I launch solar bike first, then automatically I get new market because nobody available in market. I am the pioneer who create the market. So I will get which? I will get automatic advantage. While later entrants needs to demonstrate that products are better, cheaper and so on. Now if Oppo wants to launch the phone, then Oppo has to explain the people. Oppo has to first of all demonstrate the mobile phone. Oppo has to prove that how Oppo phone is better compared to competitors because there are so many available before Oppo. And Oppo also required to, available with cheaper rates compared to their competitors. So if you are late, then you have to compromise over here. If you are new, you have to get monopolistic behavior. This is called market entry. Okay, fine. Next, after market entry, we go for the next term, that is available as market positioning. Now, one definition I not mentioned over here, which is available in your module, that is called a market leader. Okay, it's not available on the screen, so I just write and explain you. One definition is not available in over here, but I just write and explain you. That is market leader. Now market leader means what? The company that has control over certain market. Like for example, Jio. Now Jio is market leader. Jio is market leader in terms of SIM card and mobile service. Okay, and they control. I hope you remember, Jio initially launched free of cost connection. And in that case, what happened? They have control in certain market. Because of Jio, all other company required to reduce their prices. That's why Jio is controlling the market. So Jio is called, or Reliance is called market leader. Okay, very easy. Not mentioned over here, but I hope you understand. Okay. Fine. Next word is available as market position, market research, market segmentation, market share, and market targeting. Okay. Now all these words we understand in some specific sequence. Okay. Now what we want to learn first is market segmentation. We discuss first. Then we would like to go for market targeting. And then we want to go for market position. These three we would like to discuss in the sequence. Okay. And then we will go for market share and market research and all those. Okay. So first we go for market segmentation. Now market segmentation means what? See, read first. Dividing consumers. Okay, dividing consumers into groups based on different consumer characteristics to deliver specially designed advertisement which can meet the characteristics as closely as possible. Let's understand this. Suppose I want to go for start selling of clothes. I decide that in my shop I will sell the garments. Okay, then I can't sell the garments for all the category. For example, there are three categories: garments for male, garments for female, and garment for children. Okay. Now in my shop I can't keep all the garments of male also, female also, children also. If I am using big mall, then understand. But here we go for small shop. Means anyone you can afford. Your size of the shop is indicate that you can able to sell out of this anyone. So what you'll do? You go for research first. In research you will find out that whose product is selling fast, where we have maximum demand. Male clothes are selling fast, female selling fast, children garments are selling fast, profit is more, whether it's in male garment, female garment, or children garment, that you decide. So you observe different consumer characteristics. You understand male, female, and children characteristics. Okay, in male characteristics is what? They go to shop, they observe the shirt, pant, okay, then they purchase. Least bothered about color and shading and matching and contrast. No, female maximum. Clear? So these are different consumer characteristics which you can't change. Okay, and accordingly you have to take the decision, and in that context you have to go for marketing. For example, you decide that you will go for what? Female garments. Okay, then you require brand ambassador. Female only. Common sense. Your marketing strategy will be depend on that. So that is called what? Market segment. Out of all available groups of consumers, you select and provide advertisement which can meet them as closely as possible. For example, if you want to go for a female product and brand ambassador, if you select female, it will be worth, but if you select male brand ambassador, then it adversely affect to the sales. Okay, so that is called market segmentation. Now second is market targeting. Now market targeting is the process of evaluate each market segment, evaluate female market segment, evaluate each market segment, select the most attractive segment, enter with particular product or product line. You select female market segment because for you it is the most attractive segment. Means what? You are confident that if I am very good at garment selling, but if I go for female garment selling, my profit is very good, and I can able to provide product, and I can able to increase the customer satisfaction. So my target my target of selling is female garment. It's called market targeting. Then the next word available here is market positioning. Now, a market strategy that will position a business product and service against those of its competitor in the minds of consumer. See, this is important in the minds of consumer. So, market position means what? There's a position of business products and service against those of its competitors in the mind of consumer. What consumer think about you, okay, compared to your competitors, okay, versus your competitors, okay. So in the mind of consumer, where you stand against your competitors, that become market position. Suppose I want to eat pizza, and a local brand available, Swami Pizza, and Domino's also available. Now consumer wants to purchase pizza, then consumer think about whom first is called market position. I want to eat pizza, I give a phone call to Swami first. So that means Swami's position in my mind, I'm a consumer, in my mind, Swami's position is higher compared to whom? Compared to Domino's. That's called market position. Next, market research. Now, when you want to go for market segment, you have to go for research. Like as I told you, observe over here. I want to open the shop. I want to sell garments. Then compared to male, female and children, whose garment I want to sell. For that, I have to go for market research. The systematic gathering, recording, analyzing of data about problems related to the marketing of goods and service is called market research. You will gather the information, you record them, whatever you gathered, you store them, you analyze, and then you find out the problem related to marketing of goods and service. If you want to go for marketing of goods like garment of females, then you will find out some difficulty. Which difficulty? Say for example, majority females, when they purchase something, if they don't like, within 2 days they come to change. So that is one kind of problems related to marketing of goods and service. So when you marketize, at that time you have to be very careful if you give any promises. You have to add one line in your marketing tagline if you are doing the marketing of female garment, that within 10 days, okay, goods change guarantee, money back guarantee, that you have to add, otherwise nobody will come to your place. So your marketing strategy has to be changed. You have to research on that and then you have to decide the strategy. The next word available over here is market share. Now market share can be defined as the percentage of all the sales within the market that held by one brand, product or company. What is the ratio of brand or product? For example, let's take a example of a particular product. Say for example, there is a market available for a SIM card. Okay, now we believe that there are 3 companies available. Company that is Jio, okay, then BSNL, and one company whose name is X. Now this is the market. We assume that there are 100 SIM card sold this year. Just hypothetical, 100 SIM card sold here. Out of these 100 SIM card, Jio SIM card sold 60 out of 160. Okay, BSNL 30 SIM card sold, and X companies 10 SIM card sold. So if you see this, why I select 100 SIM cards, so we can understand the percentage easily. By the help of this, we can say that Jio cover up 60%. 60% market share is with Jio. SIM card market 60% compared by Jio. Okay. 30% by BSNL and 10% by X. Okay. So this is called what? This is called market share. That percentage of all the sales within the market, SIM market, that is held by either brand, product or company. Jio is a brand, Reliance is a company, they hold 60%. So that is called market share. So in SIM card market, Jio's share is 60%. So it is called market share. Fine. So all these marketing terms are interrelated to each other. That's why we understand them in the best possible sequence. Okay. Now we go for the next one. The next term which we have to go for is called marketing mix. So we have to understand the word marketing mix. Okay. Now marketing mix and marketing plan, these words we have to understand. So we understand them. Marketing you already aware, but still we discuss. I will not go in detail because the word marketing is you are aware. Now the word marketing means what? Marketing is the science and art of exploring, find out, create, deliver the value to satisfy the need of a target market at profit. Okay, clear? So what we are saying, that marketing is basically what? Science. Science has was what? Laws. So when we go for marketing, we also apply the laws of what? Laws of, for example, demand and supply. So marketing is a science. Clear? Marketing is art also. You need to learn a skill. Okay, like for example, how to sell the product or goods. It's an art how you sell. It's depend the way how you sell. It's your individual art. How to put somebody in the bottle. Okay, it's a skill, we can say. Now it's a science also, it's an art also of either explore or create or deliver the value so that it satisfies the customer, and in a target market it will increase the profit. For example, I want to sell SIM card. So either I have to explore who will purchase my SIM card. If nobody, I have to create the market. I have to deliver the SIM card in such a way that it generates the value among the customer and it satisfies the customer, and that those people who want to purchase SIM card, they are my target market and they will purchase my product and my profit increase. If I am able to successfully do it, that means I am doing marketing. Next, you have to just remember marketing identify and fulfill needs and desire. If customers' needs and desires are satisfied, okay, then that is good marketing. It defines, measures and quantifies, calculate the size of identify market, the potential market, profit potential. So it decide, first of all, define. I want to define means what? I want to do my marketing only in one city. Okay, clear? I measure the capacity of the city, that how many potential customer, the size of market, and accordingly I can decide my profit. If I decide that my size of market is Gujarat, then profit also like that much. It pinpoints which segment of the company is capable to serving the best, in which area you can able to serve the best, and design and promote the appropriate products and service. Accordingly you provide the product and service, because every company has its own pioneer capability in which they can do the best. For example, Bombay Dabbawala, if you remember, in Bombay Dabbawala available. Now if you give job of Domino's Pizza home delivery to Dabbawala, then they can do the job fantastically, because they are expert, they are serving best. Okay, so in that case what happen, they can promote your business very fast. Still, even today also people rely on dabbawalas because they are rarest to rare late and rarest to rare tiffin is change. So if Domino's decide that we want to deliver pizza in whole Bombay as fast as possible, then dabbawala will be the best source. Because dabbawala know how to deliver fast compared to if you adapt new people and you give them training and you explain them the motive of delivery and all those. These people are fast. So they can do better marketing. Okay. Next is marketing mix. So now we go for marketing mix. Okay, students, we do one thing. Marketing mix we cover up in the next lecture. We will stop at marketing. From marketing mix onwards, we will cover up everything in the next lecture. Okay, so I would like to conclude my lecture over here. If you have a doubt, then you can ask in comment section. What you feel about my lecture, please express. Your opinion is very valuable to me and to our institute. So in that case, whatever you feel, please write in the comment section. I try my level best to give you the way how you want. All right, and desperately waiting for your doubts and your suggestions for a better lecture. So till then, please take care of yourself. Okay, and other things we'll discuss in the next lecture. Thank you.